Hi, welcome back. Now then, I really like this model. I like this aircraft. I saw one fly at Duxford last year in 2024. I was really impressed with it, and it was in this colour scheme. Now this kit's only cheap. I mean, I think I paid $34.99 for it. If you shop around a bit, you can get it even cheaper. So I can see myself building more than one of these because they're a really nice little model. What I want to do though, as much as I do want to do that colour scheme, it's a very simple kit. If you look at it, there's not much to it. It's just there's 2 sprues. That's it. It's like a 72nd scale model, but the detail on it's very, very nice. It's a typical. I don't know how old this kit is. It's typical Tamiya though. It's not the latest Tamiya standard, but it's because if it was a new Tamiya mould, it'd have much more complex construction to it. But I've got to say, I really, really like this model. Now, what appeals is, I'm thinking, because you can, if you look at my my videos, I do a lot of foiling, and I have done a lot of foiling in the past, and I've considered just foiling anything. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. You can have a prototype model of anything that's in bare metal, and I really fancy having a go at trying to foil this, because it's quite a nice shape as this model. But the hardest part to foil is this cowling, because it's just one big massive compound curves. But I quite fancy having a go at it, because I think it's doable. I think that piece at the front can be just done in up to that line there, and then the rest of it's easy peasy after that. So I'm considering having a go at foiling this first. So what I'm going to do is a little video just about how I do that foiling, as if I can pull it off, that is, if I can actually manage to do it in a convincing way. And if that works, I might just foil the whole thing and as it as a prototype, and I think it'll look really nice in foil. If it doesn't, you won't see this, and I'll just build it as a normal build. So footage to follow. I might talk a little bit now I'm doing it, but I might speed some of it up. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm pretty confident that you can't actually foil like one piece, because this bit possibly you could, but this bit chin part here you can't. It caused too much kinking and buckling in that area there. So what I'm going to do is join at that point. So I'm going to just start off with a little piece there. And what I'll do with that bit in there, I'll probably use a chrome pen just to fill that part in. I don't see any problem with using the bits of paint here and there that for areas you can't do. It's only like, probably, if you look at the whole model as a complete thing, the amount of paint that you would use to substitute is probably less than 1%, if even less than that. So I don't have an issue with it. So that's that little bit done. Right, what I need to do now is just clean off any excess glue, because glue with fingerprints all over it tends to be, it's not a good surface for putting more foil on top of. Okay, that's the first bit done. What I've done, I've cut that piece away in there, and what I will do is add a new piece of foil in that little gap that can wrap under better. But the next job is to get this ring done if that's possible, so we'll see. I'm not even going to try and foil those, I don't think they're possible. I don't know, maybe afterwards there might be, but it's probably not necessary, because I don't think they'd be silver, I think they'd be the internal carmine colour. I don't know. It's a what if, isn't it? It doesn't have to be super accurate at all on this, it's just an experiment in filing really, is this one. Okay, and glue's on the cowling. This is a very big piece of foil for a very small thing, but I'm not quite sure how it's going to go. As you go around the shape, it won't follow a straight line, it'll wander off in one direction. I'm thinking it needs to start off at an angle like this. It's always better to start with a big piece than a too smaller piece. So we'll try to anchor it down at that point there. Made it. It looks a right mess at the moment, I know. But, it'll be alright, I think. So what we need to do first, I think, is trim this edge here. Get rid of as much of the excess stuff we don't want. the blade there is just following the panel line. Getting there, isn't it? If I can get this bit done. The rest of the model's easy. I think we've cracked that. I think that'll be alright. Now what I'm going to do now, this is a very worn sanding pad. I'm just going to give it a buff up with this. What we don't want is to pull those edges off. And we see that? I think that's gone quite well. So next bit, I'll just do the rest of it. So we'll do that bit next. I'll do it in panels though. I'm going to do probably, I'm not sure yet. I might do the vent, I might do the little fins as one piece, and each panel that's got a panel line on it, I'll do them separately. and then we'll see what it looks like at the end, and then we'll decide if it's worth pursuing the rest of the model. Okay, we're on the home stretch with this piece. I've done the bottom and the sides. I'm just going to finish off this video with just doing this last bit. So I'll do it real time, I won't speed it up. So you don't have to be worried about the glue, just get some on there, brush it out a little bit, but don't be too sparse with it, because it you tend to get brush strokes in it, and it settles out, you know. It just, the carrier, whatever it's in it, I don't know if it's alcohol based or what, but it's fine. The bottles are a pain though, they fall over all the time. So what I do with that now, you can leave it, or you can be impatient like me and dry it. Move away because it's burning my hands. You don't want any sign that it's shiny, but I think that's dry. Okay, that should be just tacky now. Don't try and, I don't like to do this. I'd very rarely try and line up a panel line with another one and put it down. I just tend to cut along the lines again. And with it being a flat piece, this is the easiest thing in the world to file. So, it's a rivet. I thought there was a bit of dust under that, and it's not, it's a rivet. Right, that's basically done now. And what I tend to forget is when I put a piece on top of another piece, did I cut to that line or did I cut to that line? And I can't remember. So what I always do, I take a photograph before I put the piece down, like so I can see where I'm cutting to, so I know I'm cutting to that line. Don't just rip it off. Just peel it back gently, because sometimes you can lift it. There's a pea size. Right there, just started to lift that corner. So I'll got it from this side. It's not done that because the foil's bad, it's just that the glue that I've put down for this piece is done well, it's stuck well, which is a good thing. And what I'll do here, it's a bit tricky with that lump sticking out there, but get some big scissors. And we can trim it back with some small ones. You still need to encourage this to fold over. If you just kind of fold it over casually, you'll end up getting a lump here. You still have to stretch it. This edge is trapped behind the fuselage at the front, obviously, so once it's down it should be okay, once it's in on the model if you like. Some of the foil has to be exposed to get a glue bond. Nothing will stick this foil to anything else. I've tried everything. Epoxy doesn't do it, nothing works, so you've got to use when you fit these sort of parts to the model itself, you've got to do it plastic to plastic. There's nothing else will work. At least I can't find anything that does yet. And there we go. So what I need to do now, this is isopropyl alcohol, not Indian pale ale beer, which people seem to think is really funny. And just clean off the excess glue. Don't go mad with the glue because you end up seeping underneath and then pulling the glue out from the bond, so just do it enough to get the glue off. That's that bit. And the final little process that finishes it off quite nice, a bit of a Samir sanding pad. It just takes that, I don't know, let's give it a buff. It kind of flattens it down a little bit. Polishes it up as well, but that's not why I'm doing it. It kind of, I don't know, blends the other pieces into each other, if you like. That corner's starting to lift there, look. also highlights where you've left glue behind, look. A bit more, a bit left on there. And now I need to pick out the panel lines and the rivets. I tend to just get a brad hole and sometimes spike them out. Probably way over the top for this scalar model. Bit of water. Let's go over all of it now. That's not bad. I did damage that, look. It's lifted that corner there. Pretty to do. You can't repair that because it's all this piece here, so you have to either live with it or touch it in with a tiny bit of paint. This is my favourite polishing cloth. Lasts for years. I had it so long with this stuff. And I just have a scabby bit in the bottom. It doesn't have to be a fresh new piece. You only do this if you want to kind of bring the model up to look like a really shiny model. But in this case it's just for demonstration purposes. You can dull it off again, and look at that, lifted that again. That needs to go down there. So yeah, just be careful of edges because they will lift. You can seal them down. I found I did it inside the cowl there with glue and glaze on it. It kind of traps them in there. I'm polishing away from those fins now. And that's with a cloth. If you finish it off with a paper towel. Brings it up pretty shiny. And that is the hardest part. This is just taped together. The rest of this model is the easiest thing to, I reckon it'll be an absolute piece of cake to file this thing. Because it's barrel shaped and it's curvy, but it's all curved in one direction. There's not a right lot of compound curves going on. The only thing that does concern me a little bit are the raised rivets, because I'm not quite sure how you could go on with sanding that. You can't, as it take all the rivet. Well, it wouldn't take the rivets off, but it'd take the tops off the file that go through the rivet. That the rivets go through, should I say. So I might have to be a little bit cautious of that, but I think that's quite nice. Okay, there we go, that's the cowling done. Quite pleased with that, it's gone very well. This would only work on this particular model if I decided to do the whole thing like this. And just have it as a, I don't know how you would describe one of those. It's just like a prototype sort of all metal airframe, I suppose, which it might look alright, but it might look a bit boring as well. So what I've done, I've ordered another one of these, not this particular kit, I've ordered the Edward version, because it comes with the decals to suit the earlier versions of this model, with yellow wings and a black tail, and it's got a red band on the front of the cowling thing. So I'm going to build the Edward one like this, but this one I'm going to keep as the Martlet and paint it accordingly. I'll just leave that filed actually, and then I'll just paint over it, and then it'll chip off lovely, and it'll give some nice weathering effects. But it's just a demonstration of how you can do this, and I wanted to see how it looks on this sort of scale model. I did the Lightning, but the Lightning is quite big actually. This is quite a small aeroplane. And I think it looks alright. I think I can pursue future projects that are foiled in this scale as opposed to 32nd scale. Because the problem with the 32nd scale kits I find is I get bored with them, because they're so big, or even the 24th or even worse, but they're so big, they take so long to do from a video perspective. They go on too long, if you like, and the models I get bored and jaded with them. To foil this wouldn't take anything like it would if you're going to do a much bigger aeroplane. And I like to collect new models, and I like to build new things and experiment with new models and stuff. So I think variety is more interesting, if you like, than just doing one big aeroplane. And now, so that's the plan anyway. So I'm quite happy with that. I think that's that experiment's worked out quite nice. So just give me your opinions in the comments, see what you think. Well, should I do all of it like this anyway, or the other one is a nice colour. I mean, you don't have to foil the wings at all, it's just yellow, isn't it? And the black tail, and it'd have lovely silver fuselage. And I do like models that have got some metal exposed, but not all of it, and it breaks it up a little bit and it gives it more interest. So anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching.